I actually don't know why I've called it hot. I think because, it's just full of energy. Literally. Full of hot energy. The whole album. Well, when I did I Want You Back, I was on tour and I literally got a call from Missy saying, Melanie, I've got this track for you, da, da, da. And I wasn't even thinking of doing any kind of solo project. So but after I did that, I thought, quite like the idea of, singing and going down that kind of route. Had a word with the girls and it was like, yeah, go on, go ahead and do your own solo project. And the reason why it's taken so long is because I've been married, divorced, had a baby, relaxed, done the Spice Girls album, done a few videos. So if I was to condense it all, I think I could have done it in, 3-4 months? But it took slightly longer. I mean, the people I worked with were a bit all over. Like Cisco was in LA, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in Minneapolis, Teddy Riley in Virginia. So I was like here, there, and everywhere. But every time I went, I took my daughter and I kind of made it like a little bit of a holiday. And it was lovely. I really got to work with some talented people. And I asked them and they said, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's good. Every person I've worked with, I've learned something, and they've kind of taught me how to sing more, or they've brought a bit more of this out of me, or a bit more of that out of me. And then obviously when we get together as Spice Girls, kind of you're more confident, all of us, because we've all done our own little bits. And then, it obviously makes the Spice Girls album more mature and kind of vocally stronger. I've had an urge to kind of, go down the R&B route and, see if I could, do it and see if it felt comfortable for me and, give myself a chance at it. And that's what I've done on this album. I mean, I love R&B music, soul music. I mean, I love pop music, but that is the kind of area that I've chosen, R&B pop, because that's the kind of music I listen to anyway. I've listened to it since God knows how long. I describe my album as, it's got pain in there, it's got love, it's got laughter, it's got almost hate, it's got passion, it's got everything that, your average person goes through in life anyway. It's just I've chose to write about it. It's like that. My album's like that, up, down, which is me. But now I suppose I am more balanced. I've got a daughter, I've sorted my personal life out. My career's like perfect. I couldn't ask or wish for anything more. Virgin helped me out there. They were kind of like this kind of lineup flows better than this lineup. I mean, the lineup I had was all hodgepodge, fast, slow, fast, and they kind of did like a few examples, and I listened to it. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'll go with that one. Every song is a moment in time, and there's no particular order as to what things happen to me as opposed to what song I've put on there. God, that would be good, wouldn't it? Why didn't I think of that? Well, I think I would have been able to write a song anyway, whether I had been through what I had been through. And even though I've been through, ups and downs, it's made me the person I am now. I wouldn't be able to sit here like this, full of joy and happiness, if I hadn't have been through what I'd been through. And the kind of person I am, what I mean? I kind of attract chaos and madness anyway. I'm very lucky to be able to have done what I've done on this album, and I'm very, very proud of it. And even lyrically, it's so autobiographical. I've literally gone like that. Here I am. But that's the kind of person I am anyway. So it's kind of you got each song tells a story and a time in my life, and it's like doing your own therapy. Each song describes a moment in my life. So there were times where I was full of happiness and, you know, there wasn't one thing that I could complain about. And then on the other end of the scale, it was horrible, it was dowdy, but that's life. I mean, I'm not the first person to go through what I've been through, and I'm not the first single parent mother, I'm sure. I've been keeping a diary since I was about 13 years old. I'm a big believer of sitting there and writing down your thoughts and feelings for the day. So, you know, to put it into a song and album context, it was the most natural thing for me to do. I wait till I go to bed and I'm sleepy and I'll think about what I've done during the day and I'll write my diary, and then, you know, when it comes to writing, it'll be like, oh, I want to talk about that feeling that I had because that really stuck in my mind.